Welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie. It is day 11 of the September series where I upload a video every single day. Today I want to tell you about a readathon I am participating in this week. It's called Thick Thighs Readathon. Sasha from Sash Reads created it, and it is a readathon focusing on plus size body. They have an Instagram for the readathon. I will put all the information below, including Sasha's intro announcement video. And guess what? There's a bingo board. So this week I'm hoping to fill as much of this up as I can. I don't have a graphic novel set. Luckily, Sasha and the other hosts have put up a bunch of recommendations for each of the prompts for the readathon, including graphic novels, fat male main character, LGBTQIA rep, BIPOC author, new and upcoming releases. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be focusing on this week, and I'm so excited. Let me share my TBR. I did struggle with finding non-romance books. Obviously, I love romance, but I can't read that many in a row. And I think it's really unfair that other genres aren't as supportive to plus size bodies. It's kind of annoying. But I do have two here that I'm very, very excited for. So let me talk about my TBR. First, I have That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. I've seen this old cover everywhere, but they are actually getting published. And this is the new cover. It is mouth-wateringly beautiful. I think that might come out in November, so I can't get my little paws on it yet, but I can read the ebook. I think this is a monster romance because the love interest is a fiery demon, and our main character's name is Cinnamon, which is so cute. She's a spice trader. She ends up saving him, and she helps him along as he tries to kill an evil witch enslaving his people. I don't want a witch to be evil. I want like a sexy hot witch, but I'm sure this is gonna be so fun. I'm actually thinking I'm gonna start this today. And then there is a group read if you want to read it. It's called Zenny by Rebecca Weatherspoon. This is technically the second book in a series, but I'm sure you can read it as a standalone. That's what I'm going to be doing. It's one of those stories where her family has passed away and there's a bunch of inheritance and she has to do something to claim the estate. And apparently she has to marry this one person, a thick Scotsman. So it's marriage of convenience, or I guess arranged marriage. I love those stories because it always puts in two people that otherwise probably wouldn't have gotten together. And I think those are so fun. So I'm very excited for that one. I'm gonna say that for all of these books, so prepare yourself. Then, based on the recommendation of Erin, who's also hosting this, she said that she'll be reading River of Teeth by Sarah Gailey, and Sarah Gailey wrote one of my favorite books of all time, The Echo Wife. She also wrote Magic for Liars, and that's a 3-star, so you know, she's got a mix there for me. I'm very curious what this one's gonna be, and I've actually had this book recommended to me by a subscriber, so I'm excited to read this one. There it is again. Our main character's name is Winslow Houndtooth, and his crew are responsible for corralling hippopotamus to be bred and slaughtered as alternative meat sources. It's giving Okja. This movie made me cry so hard. But it says it's a story of Winslow Houndtooth and his crew's fortunes and a story of his revenge. I hope he's revenging or avenging the hippopotamuses. Is it hippopotami? I mean, the hippopotamuses could be evil. They are savage and fast, and their jaws can snap a man in two, but I want justice for the hippopotami. On the cover, they're actually writing the hippopotamuses. I think it's hippopotamuses. Anyway, they're writing them, so I think they're gonna befriend them, and there's gonna be an allyship. I'm excited. Oh, there I go again. I have the audiobook for Set on You for my library by Amy Lee or Amy Leah. I don't know which one. I should probably look it up by now. This is the author. I just read her book, her new YA romance last week, and I had a lot of fun. There was a lot of promise in it. This is an adult romance, and it's the first in a series. I've actually read the second one already, and I had so much fun with it. I gave it a 4-star. I think this is the sister of the main character of the second book, and both of them are different influencers in different ways. Our main character's name is Crystal, and she has built her career shattering gym stereotypes and mostly ignoring the trolls because she is a curvy fitness influencer. She breaks up with her boyfriend and starts this weird competitive energy with this guy who goes to the gym. He's a firefighter. Wait, wasn't the second one about a firefighter? They steal each other's gym equipment, stuff like that. But then they run into each other at their grandparents' engagement party. Are their grandparents getting married? Ew, they're like family now. They get closer and I think they start falling in love, but a photo of them goes viral and savage internet trolls put their budding relationship to the ultimate test of strength. I'm so excited. Oh my God, I really need to stop. Like, I know it sounds like I'm doing this on purpose, but I'm not. The only other non-romance I have here, I found this on a list online. I think it was Tor.com. Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Apparently there's a character in here that is plus size. The girl who's the heart render. And apparently people were upset because in the show, she's not fat, and people were like, why did you erase that part of her character or her identity? I don't know any of the reasoning there, but I have been wanting to read this book for so long, and so this is the perfect opportunity. I do know a little bit about this universe. This is the spin-off series to the Shadow and Bone series. I only read the first book in that series. I don't want to read the rest of them, okay? I'm sorry. I also watched the first season of the show on Netflix, and we did get an introduction to all of these characters. I know it's like a different timeline in the show than it is in the book, but I'm sure I'll catch on, and if I have any questions, the internet is there to consult me. No, other way around, I can consult the internet. This is a heist story about a bunch of morally questionable young adults. A convict with a thirst for revenge, a sharpshooter who can't walk away from a wager, a runaway with a privileged past, a spy known as the Wraith. Wait, who is that? The Wraith. A heartrender using her magic to survive the slums. That's our plus size character, I believe. A thief with a gift for unlikely escapes. And then when I was scouring the internet for recommendations, I found one for The Feeling of Falling in Love, which I happen to already have a copy of. This is by Mason Deaver, and I think the love interest is both trans and fat. It might be the main character though, I can't remember. But this is so exciting, and apparently the main character is like a bitch. He is snarky and unlikable, and he's gonna have a real moment of having to probably beg for forgiveness because I think he falls in love with a cinnamon roll type person. I love unlikable characters. I like snarky people because I like seeing them humbled, I suppose. And I think it's a way more interesting romance because it's much harder to love someone who's mean than it is to love someone who is sweet and lovely. Although both are nice, and I'm sure we'll get both of that in here. I'm pretty sure this is a fake dating scenario. Of course they're gonna fall in love, and I think they're also roommates, maybe. And the last book on my TBR, I don't know if I'm gonna get to this one because I just found out it's 434 pages. It's Feathers from the Sky. This is a new book from Jess Wisecup. I found out from it from Sasha's Instagram, and I got it on KU all ready to go. And it's a vampire romance, people. A vampire! This is a long ass description, so I'm just gonna read it straight out and we'll read it together for the first time. Broken after the death of her parents, Gwen Parsons self-medicates with alcohol and skin contact. She doesn't forge real connections and she's lost sight of who she even is. Prompted by the memory of past betrayal, she decides to be vulnerable. Allowing a friend to coordinate a matchmaking photo shoot with a stranger, Gwen takes a step towards something dangerous and unpredictable. Something she can't control. Roman Salvatier's search for his brother's killer, murdered while looking for the last two vampire hunters, has brought him to Gwen Parsons. It's so funny because that first part of that synopsis, you'd have no idea it was about vampires. Where his brother and those before have failed, Roman will not. Set to inherit leadership over his vampire coven, Roman must prove to his father he deserves it. Taking out the last threat to his people while avenging his brother's deaths should suffice. He knows everything there is to know about Gwen and her father, far more than she seems to. Not convinced that the walking disaster of a person he stalked, walking disaster of a person, oh my god, these last few months could have had anything to do with his brother's death, he seeks answers by getting closer. When his patience pays off, he finds himself posing for steamy photographs. What a weird meet cute. With the last living vampire hunter, her apple pie scent and body in his hands are a temptation he doesn't expect. And when his father demands Gwen's heart, Roman must make a choice. When Gwen's inner thoughts are silenced by the inimitable Roman Salvatierre, she is drawn to him in a way she fears. And when Roman starts to question his loyalty because of her, he knows a decision must be made, but will either of them survive it? It almost sounds like she doesn't even know that her father was a vampire hunter. So it's giving forbidden love, and it actually sounds like a logical reason they can't be together, which is a way that I love forbidden love. So yeah, guess what? I'm excited for this one too. I think there's going to be reading sprints all throughout this week, so if you're interested, make sure to follow Sasha, and I will link all the other co-hosts below. I believe it's Meredith with Reading with Merb, Erin with Shebas and Shelves, Ren with the Reading Ren, and yeah, it should be a very fun time. I like how this is sort of historical feeling, like they're in a village, they're farmers, they wear capes. I feel like a lot of fantasy does feel sort of historical, but the language they're using is so funny in contrast to the setting. I don't know, man, seems kind of sus. That's a good example. And I'm loving it. I think she just met her demon. Right now he's trying to kill her, but I'm sure that's gonna change soon. Also, her best friend is named Brie and she makes cheese, which reminds me of the 5-star graphic novel I just read the other day. So fun. All right, I got 50% into That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. At first, I wasn't sure if I was really gonna like it. Like, it's fun. I like how silly it is, but I felt like I didn't really buy the chemistry between the two main characters. It was just like, these two people are just hot and funny, which sometimes is enough, you know? But I've been craving a really good backstory or like real romance between people, and I'm not sure I'm gonna get that in this book. But something that's making up for it is that there are a bunch of new characters that were just recently introduced. And I feel like it's gonna be a found family situation, so that's exciting. I know that this is a part of a series now, so I'm wondering if we'll see some of these characters in other books in the series. This is sort of mythological. I think there are gods and goddesses. Obviously there are demons. There's also this thing that's pretending to be a goddess, and the whole mission and the whole quest in this book is to destroy this fake goddess so that demons can be free, because right now they are being put under this stupor to make them look like they're horrible beings, and then they're slaughtered, kept like slaves, etc. Our girl has just saved 2 more demons, and yeah, that's it. I did get the audiobook from Scribd. It was on there, and I'm liking it as I'm doing stuff around the house. I don't know that this will be a 5-star, but I am having fun, so that's good. But I did get something in the mail, so let me open it. Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas. I talked a little bit about this in my new releases for September, so I have been looking forward to it. This is a sort of historical vampire story, but I think there's also a love story in here, which is very nice. And I am going to be reading it this month because it is a September pick for the BBBB book club, which stands for the Big Bad Booty Bitches book club. And it's run by Aaliyah from the Library Dweller. I will link the information down below and their Instagram page. I feel like this is going to be amazing because I've heard amazing things about The Hacienda, which was this author's, I don't know if it was their debut novel, but it was the one that was really popular last year. Didn't read that one because, again, I was intimidated by the historical aspect, but nothing's gonna make me read a book more than if there are vampires in it. I do think the vampires in this one are evil. I think they have to be destroyed. They're the bad guys. I will take any vampire I can get. And this cover is just absolutely stunning. We are gonna go get some sushi soon and watch some TV. Grant is leaving for a work trip tomorrow. He's gonna be gone for like over a week. So we're gonna have a nice little dinner, TV, chill, but hopefully I can finish my book too.
Feet on the stripes in the Alabama.
All right, y'all, I just finished That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon. What a time, what a time. This is a cute little book. It's very cozy, but not as like low stakes as Legends and Lattes. There's lots of action in here, which I was surprised about, but it does have a very cozy vibe. And like I was saying earlier, there seems to be a group of characters. I don't know if it's gonna follow through on that group atmosphere going on throughout the series, but I am interested in seeing the other characters have their own books. I like the different kind of demons. I think it's things you don't really see that often. There's like a snake dude. I think that was the most striking because I was like, whoa. But sadly, I didn't feel that connected to the 2 main characters. Our main character, our girl, Cinnamon, I really, really liked her. I think she was a super fun character. She was spunky. She was pretty relatable, but she was still really strong and brave. And I like the demon dude, Can't even remember his name. Started with an F, I think, but Demon Dude sounds better. But the two of them pretty much just like each other because they were close together physically and they were hot. So usually that wouldn't really matter, but I feel like this is the 5th book in a row, or at least the 5th romance in a row, where it's been pretty surface level romance, and I think I need something with more depth. I'm not sure what to rate it right now, so I'm not going to. But again, I had fun. I'm glad I read it. It wasn't my favorite book, but my goodness, it was time for me to read it. I've been seeing the old cover all over the place. So yeah, my FOMO was sated, and yeah. As for my stats for the September series, I've now finished 7 books. Today I read 182 pages. This felt a lot longer, I am gonna say that. Near the end especially, maybe because I didn't believe them as a couple too much, or at least like an in-love couple. The smut scenes, I was kind of like, yeah, this doesn't, I'm feeling nothing from this. Maybe I'm just in a weird mood, but anyway, it felt kind of long. I'm surprised that it was only 182 pages. But in total for the September series, I've now read 2,134 pages. Tomorrow, it's back to work, unfortunately, and I'm wondering what I should read off of my TBR for the Thick Thighs Readathon. I do have the audiobook from my library for Set on You, so maybe I'll listen to that. Oh, sorry guys, I'm a little low energy. But that's what you get when you vlog every day. Like, not every day I'm gonna be super chipper, so my bad, and I'm sorry. But hopefully tomorrow I wake up well rested and we'll have some fun. I will see you then. Goodbye.